Hello ladies and germs, I'm Whitey the Bro Rock, welcome back to Team Nerd TV. 2018 has been a bit of an off year for me, and for the channel as a whole, especially with the drought, and I want to fix that. So from here on out, I'm going to be making videos for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the weekends. Quite sure what they are, but I know that Thursdays are definitely Pokemon Dust and Wind slots. But today we're going to talk about something a little bit different here. I'm part of many fandoms, and not all these fandoms I have actually partaken in, especially on this channel. Especially if we're a channel that talks about all things nerdy, I think I should address everything I am in that is nerdy. So, without further ado, it's time to talk about a completely different franchise that we have not talked about truly on this channel before, Transformers.
I am directly below the enemy scrotum.
Let's get this ball rolling because we're working with natural light and sun's getting really low, big guy. Me and Transformers go way back since Beast Wars era. I wasn't around during the G1 times, but I was around during the Beast era, being an 90s kid, and I was really hooked from the very start. I had a few toys, some Beast Wars toys, and actually a few Armada toys as well. And I got this G2 one, and I can't remember what it is, but it had a wrap. Anyway, but there has been a line recently that I instantly want. A line that, for the life of me, I'm surprised Hasbro hasn't done something like this ever. Ever. That line is the War for Cybertron trilogy. Starting with this year, Siege. Cybertron designs of your favourite characters in scale with one another, and with no stupid gimmicks like taking their heads off or something. Even though it is made by the same people that made the Prime Wars trilogy, I'm actually quite excited for getting these sets. In fact, I'm going to get 4 sets this week. And I will be reviewing them next time I come back here. You probably might be wondering why you're doing Transformers. You haven't even finished your Lego. You haven't finished your Pokemon. Well, I'm kind of stretching those out just to make some time. The more videos I produce on these products, eventually I'll be doing that again. And I will be making a Lego video at some point very soon, actually. And it'll be kind of funny. It'll be a bit different, actually. Oh, by the way, got a new camera. Well, it's my iPhone. But it'll do. The reason why I'm actually going on to this franchise right now is because I'm working on a big show for the channel. It is an adaptation of the Transformers IDW comic books in a sort of pseudo-animated audio-visual comic sort of thing. It's using my own designs so I don't get IDW on my ass. I'm taking the stories that they made with their dialogue and putting them all in chronological order. So you bet the first one we're going to do is Megatron Origins, of course. I'm providing a lot of the voice acting and maybe a few others, and if you're interested as well, you comment down below, let me know when the first few episodes come out, which will be based on the Megatron releases. We'll be working on that later on anyway. But this, in a way, is to promote it. But the Siege line, I've noticed, is actually really good. If you want the list of the toys and the different classes, I'll put them on here. Just pause whenever you want. Okay, cool, awesome. But now, this is my wish list for what the second year will be. I mean, I don't even know the title of the second year. The first year is Siege. Second year could be Infiltration or something. It'd be really funny if it was Infiltration, actually. It'd blow my freaking mind. But yes, this is the first. The list of things I'd love to see, of characters I'd love to see that haven't been produced yet, and probably potential resculpts and remolds, because the people who made the Power of the Prime trilogy really made use of that. Especially during the Combiner Wars series. Wow. The amount of characters just alone is outstanding. So hopefully they have the potential to do something like that all over again within these next 3 years. There is another wave coming up, and then we're only in wave 1 at the moment of Siege. We'll be doing wave 2 will be coming out at some point, and then possibly a third wave will actually be appearing as well, from what I've seen on the Transformers wiki. But let's actually go into the toys themselves that I actually want to see, and characters I really want to see. Looking at the MicroMaster figurines, I imagine only 2 will actually appear. As in within this year, we're going to be getting Ravage and Laserbeak. Clearly, we have to have a couple more cassette tapes now, can't we? Of course, it's going to be Frenzy and Rumble. They have to be in it. You just have to. Otherwise, the cassettes aren't done. We could get Rat Bat. We can get all these different types of cassette tapes released every single year, or maybe occasionally with little packs appearing over and over again throughout this entire series. As for Battle Masters, I have no clue. It could be anyone. Now for the deluxe class figures. Clearly the deluxe are the larger amount of them because, of course, with the scale, the more Optimus Prime and Megatron and all that are the Voyager classes, and then the leader classes are the uber big ones, and the Titan classes are freaking enormous. Clearly, first of all, Bumblebee. Wouldn't it be great to see the Bumblebee little spaceshipy thing that he was in G1? Wouldn't that be great? In a more battle damage kind of cool scout look. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a brand new mold, a brand new build overall, and they're probably going to do a repaint of it as Cliffjumper with an extra head sculpt. Now Prowl is going to be part of this set in Wave 2, and I have a feeling that they're going to be utilising the Prowl mold for a lot of these characters, namely Jazz, Wheeljack, possibly Barricade, and I'd love to see a more canonized version of Knockout, because he's juicy. I could see those being retools, remolds of these characters with new colour schemes to actually be kind of cool. I don't see them actually coming out in the next year. There's 2 other years here, and if they follow the same formula that they're doing right now, which is a great formula, and they don't mess with the gimmick and have them interfere with the bots themselves, thank you very much, Titans Return, and Power of the Primes as well. Seriously. They need to chill out with that shit. I think the best line of that whole trilogy, in my eyes personally, is Combiner Wars, because you have their own separate figures that you can, by choice, combine them in any way you want. As Chromia has already had 3 colour schemes with 3 different head molds, I wouldn't be surprised if they remolded it into RC. RC, of course, is a fan favourite, the pink car. Everyone loves RC. I love RC. Do you love RC? I think you love RC. It'd be great to have RC, and probably have an RC in a blue version to reference Transformers Prime, because that's a humongous fan favourite over many people's opinions. Prime is awesome. Watch it. It's so good. Seriously, it's There's an Ironhide mold coming out. There's an Ironhide on its way in Wave 2. But where there's an Ironhide, there's a Ratchet. I would imagine the Ironhide mold being retooled into some kind of ambulance thing, and Ratchet will be part of it. So far, the Autobots don't have a medic. I mean, the Decepticons have like Shockwave, who's essentially their medic. Wouldn't it? Where's Ratchet? Sideswipe is one of the few that's there, and also he is already going to be retooled into Red Alert. So why not go a little bit further with them, with Sideswipe's best bud, Sunstreaker, and the guy that caused Optimus Prime to die, Hot Rod. If you're going to link it in with the Prime Wars trilogy, you might as well get yourself a Hot Rod, right? There are weaponizers in this previous form, with Cog and Six Gun. They can be pulled apart and combined, essentially, with the other characters. So I wonder what other 2 characters could possibly be remolded and retooled to be weaponizers. Skids and Mudflap. No one liked Skids and Mudflap in the movies, and Skids and Mudflap are actually quite good characters, so I wouldn't be surprised if they retooled it so they could have, you know, those characters be weaponizers. It'd be quite nice to actually see that. And then last but not least, there's the Hound figure, and I imagine that will be retooled into, hopefully, a newer fan favourite from animated through to now, Bulkhead. I love Bulkhead. He's one of my favourite bots of all time. I'm a big Prime fan, by the way. Just pointing that out there. I haven't got the toys, but I never really liked the toys. I'm very picky when it comes to expensive shit, okay? Onto the Voyager class figures, I'd like to see a few interesting ones. I know there's only 4 Voyager classes in this year alone. I don't see any more coming out. Probably more. But one thing I need to point out straight away is I think we're going to get the Seekers pretty damn soon. We already have a Starscream coming out. Chances are there'll be a Thundercracker and a Skywar being repainted using the exact same mold as Starscream. They are essentially triplets. As for other Voyager figures, for the Autobot side of things, I'd like to see Drift. Drift turns into a helicopter in my eyes. So why not have Drift? He's a big old cool samurai, he'd be able to scale well with Prime, and he's quite an important character, so it'd be kind of cool to actually have him on board. For the Decepticon side of things, or more of an unaligned sort of character, Lockdown. Lockdown's essentially a bounty hunter, so he could be any faction. In fact, he might not even be a faction at all. We might have a Transformers toy without a logo on him, and it'd be kind of cool having Lockdown involved, because within war you would have espionage, and I think Lockdown would fit the espionage side of things very freaking well. He's a strategist, he's a bounty hunter, he could turn into, or he could be a triple changer. Sod it. It could be really, really good to actually have Lockdown involved because it would fit a good little story dynamic where, oh no, if we didn't think the war was bad with the Autobots fighting the Decepticons, but hey, we've got assassins now. On the Autobot side of things, yet again, I would like to see Warpath. Because Warpath, it would fit in the Voyager because he's a goddamn tank. Megs is a tank in this. So Warpath being a tank would make sense. You could probably retool the Megatron mold. Actually no, if Warpath actually has the cannon nozzle in his chest, it would probably make sense to have a brand new mold overall. Especially for these Voyager figures. Apart from the Seekers, I'd see brand new molds in these because there's less of them, so less retooling. And then finally we will have Wingblade. Wingblade is a fan favourite. She started out quite late in the game, but she got really popular, and she was created by fans anyway. So Wingblade is actually a great character, especially with the Prime Wars trilogy, and she's in the IDW. I think Wingblade deserves a chance of having a War for Cybertron design. On to the leader class designs. Now there's only 2 leader classes within this, which are just Voyagers in disguise. Made myself laugh on that one. But I think there are 3 that I have in mind. I think only 2 will only be released, and now I'm swearing at the camera. I think only 2 will be released. But I see 3 potentially in the main run. But I think it's going to be 1 Autobot and 1 Decepticon. So for the Autobot, we're going to have Jetfire, the big ass jet. If they call him Skyfire again, well, I mean, it makes all the G1ers happy, but he was always meant to be Jetfire from the very start. Jetfire will be actually kind of cool. Maybe you might incorporate a triple changer sort of thing, because the other 2 are Decepticons, and they have more than 2 forms. Next one, of course, is Blitzwing. He's definitely going to be a triple change. He turns from a tank to a jet to a robot. That's kind of cool. Or we can go even further. Six Shot turns into all these. I think the Prime Wars have already done it before though, so it may not even be on there, but Blitzwing will be kind of cool. Titan class, of course. In this one coming up so far, there's a Mega Supreme. So who'd be better to combat a Mega Supreme than Trypticon? Trypticon's a Titan. Why not? Now, on top of all that, and I know I've already said quite a fair bit, what I would love to see, possibly, maybe not, I'd like to see a combiner. Give the Decepticons a bit more of their forces, but half of them are combiners anyway. I would love to see a Devastator, a Bruticus, a Menasor in a Cybertron design that isn't that one. I personally think they're going to go with Devastator, but I'm a Bruticus guy myself, so whatevs. Thank you very much for actually watching this video, getting your nerd on with me today. Of course, like I said, I'm doing this for my IDW adaptation thing that I'm currently working on. My schedule from here on out will be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the weekends. So possibly 4 videos within every single week. That is my goal now. I want to get 2019 to a better level. 2018 was a terrible drought, and I could not stand it. It was awful. Might even bring back those All Things Lego reviews, actually. I'm tempted to actually bring that back because I had a terrible Dark Side trilogy and I never even did the Light Side trilogy, so I might remake them, and I'm actually going to keep my old version on there to show how I have improved over this time frame of a year. I've got a new flat. My second term of university has started. It has been a bit hectic. That's why I've not really been uploading anytime soon. But I promise you, the next video that's coming up, which will be on a Thursday, is the next Pokemon Dust and Wind. Start my editing there. Dust and Wind videos. It's going to be the Pokemon that I created. It's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be longer as well because I'm going to have more information in there because they're my own creation. But thank you very much, ladies and gents, for getting your nerd on with me today. I am Whitey the Bro Rock, wearing a really shit jumper. Like, favorite, subscribe, hit that notification bell, go crazy.